Today it is very, very hot. Hotter than it's been for like 5 years, and it would be really inappropriate for me to wear any more clothes. But let's not get distracted by that, but instead by talking about Dota. I have nothing profound to say today. Um, I played 4 games yesterday. Um, they were all pretty rubbish. I lost. I don't remember if I lost 2 or 3 of them, but even the ones I did win, played pretty lousily. I tabbed out and watched a few YouTube videos, not so good. I did, however, feel that I played better than 2 days ago. Like I'm marginally getting more focused and getting better at feeling the flow and the pace of the game, and not just fighting when I feel like it, but instead fighting when it's appropriate. And it's surely connected to me sleeping a bit better, because I've been sleeping a bit better. Not good by any stretch of the imagination. And now I'm just in the realms of what normal people call really bad sleep. It's like going to bed at 3 a.m., waking up at 1. So I mean, that's what it is. It's interesting. I'm just going to talk about sleeping now instead of Dota. It's almost like a courage thing for me. So when I go to bed, that's when you like maybe try to start to relax, and then the famous thing where all the thoughts rush to your head and you remember everything you should have done and all the ways your life is flawed, and yeah, all those annoying little thoughts come to you. And so I've gotten pretty good at just keeping that at bay by staying awake more, not by going to sleep. So I have to do this thing where I just force myself to sit still and quiet without any computer, without any phone for a while, for a really long while, and just brace myself and let all the negative emotions calm, and then maybe I get a bit calmer, and then I can go to bed. But it really feels like I have to make a leap of faith to get to that moment where I actually sit still. Otherwise, I'm just sitting at my computer and thinking, should I turn it off? No, I don't want to. It's gonna be too painful. So yeah, that's a thing I have to work with if I want to get good at Dota. The sleeping. What else is there? I was thinking about how overpowered vision is in Dota. And it's interesting because it's such a cheap item. You buy these wards for 75 gold even. And you just get this massive advantage. Suddenly you can plan out your moves way, 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 way better. And it's often just a single ward can be the difference between winning and losing a fight. So they kill 3 of you, or you kill 3 of them. And then the difference in gold from that is like thousands of gold pieces. And I guess the weird thing then is that people are so incredibly reluctant to buy them. So one factor is you don't want to be the support bitch factor. In that you don't want to be a support bitch, because only the supports buy wards, and they're silly for doing so, or they're a bit lower rank than the real cores, the heroes, the champions of the team. And so it's weird because, and then if you're the champion, if you're playing one of those kinds of heroes, the mindset tends to be, I need to focus on getting my cool weapons so I can really bash the enemy team. But of course, buying a ward would raise the effectiveness of your hero. So you have 75 gold less worth of weapons, but you have 75 gold worth of vision. And that just makes you... Okay, so you're not killed when they come to gank you. And now if you were dead, then all of your weapons would be worth nothing, because you can't fight when you're dead. And so by just having that ward, you're alive, and that provides you with a few thousand gold pieces of worth. So it's really weird how of all the things you can do, wards are so incredibly effective. And yet, I think there's one more reason people are reluctant to buy them, because it increases the complexity of the game. So when you're typically losing. One of the reasons is not because you're down in gold pieces or experience, or not only that, but you're down in like brain power. So you're worse at predicting the outcomes of all the complex information that's available in the game than the opposing team. They can do more with what's available to them. And so you could buy a ward and you could get some more information, and it would be really helpful information. But you're kind of already cramped. Your brain is already struggling to keep up with everything that's in the game. So I think one of the reasons why people don't buy wards, at least why I don't buy wards always, is that it's really painful when you are in a struggling position and you're losing to try to expand your vision. It doesn't really make sense because you're failing at what you're doing now. So why should you try to do more things? And maybe you could hear it coming, but this is turning into a metaphor for life. So when things are going badly, it in one sense, it would make sense to just try to contain your activities. Because if you're failing at doing 3 things, then adding a 4th thing will only make everything worse. And the net sum of results would be even worse than before. Probably. But yeah, of course, that's not the solution. The solution is you have to cut away some parts. But a lot of the parts you are focusing on are probably irrelevant. I know that's also another thing, right? When people farm in Dota, and me included, and you have a team fight about to happen somewhere, maybe somewhere close, somewhere far, doesn't matter, and you have like 500 gold more that you need for an item, and people are just so reluctant to say, well, no, I'm not going to farm the item because I'm more of worth to my team not having that item but being in the fight rather than having the item after everybody's dead and now I'm alone. But of course, it's simpler to model the game of Dota in the way where I win if I have a lot of gold on my hero. And that's generally true, but not specifically in this situation. And so, I guess the way here to... Okay, so a lot of things in the air right now. Anyways. Dotablog 4, yeah. Good stuff.